Hi, everyone. It is Thursday. It's April Fool's Day. Time for Room Service Diaries, Jersey City edition. Take, was it 3 at this point?
5, maybe. The key is through all 5. We did not share this room. This is just your hotel room.
That's right. The showtime is not so cheap as to force us to share a room. My name is Luke Thomas. This is Brian Campbell. We host a show called Morning Kombat.
So if you like combat sports, it's the best thing that's ever happened to it.
It's a little strong, but it is a show that we do. Yeah. That is a fact. Anyway, and this is where we do a show that's going to get us fired one day.
Yeah, I mean, this will be mounting evidence used against us one point, right? You know, we're just building it for you. We're just like...
When the end comes, they're going to show basically this.
Yeah, they're going to be like, yeah, people should have known this.
Yeah, you had it coming. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Sort of like, I've never seen this movie, but I think I know how it ends.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, Schindler's List.
Okay.
It's just an awful movie. Just an awful movie, right? Yeah.
Well, the movie itself is quite good, if deeply disturbing.
Nah, that's just subject matter, though. You know,
Mikey, you're gonna have to edit this part out. I'm gonna tell Mikey he needs to edit this part out. Yeah, already. Hey, let's talk about that movie where a bunch of Jews, I want to say a bunch, I mean millions, were ritually murdered. Okay, all right, that's cheers, I guess. Yeah. Living here. BC, what are you drinking?
So we really have to give a shout out to our friends at Imprint Brewing. Imprint Brewing.
Imprint or Imperial? Imprint, okay.
Which is located in Hatfield, PA, which I've checked is North Philly, not an area I'm very familiar with, but our good buddy Travis over there sent us, not like 2 or 3 beers, like multi 4-packs. You and I tried the more exotic sours,
Not a fan of sours traditionally.
Traditionally, not my favorite thing. I'm drinking right here the Mango Rex. Luke, we passed this around on set. Maybe not this exact can.
No.
But we were basically like, this is a fruit smoothie in a beer can, which when you hear that, and if you're a beer drinker, you're like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, no, fuck that. No.
No, this is the boys over there at Imprint Brewing.
They know what they're doing.
Wow, bro. Wow. Yeah, and I believe you can order from them. I'm not really sure. See, here's the thing. I'm not here to...
This kind of thing, it's not even like a like or dislike. Be serious. When we were first starting to drink beer, even when we were trying to hey, I'd like to try something good. So let's say, mid-20s or something, right? This kind of thing didn't even exist.
No.
You couldn't just go to the store and your local brewery is making shit like this. No.
And this isn't a free commercial. I love our fans and they send us some awesome free shit. I'm like, this free shit rules. So.
Yeah. Our producer is continuing to message us. Can I please text him to tell us to stop fucking texting us so we can do this motherfucking podcast? Here we go.
I'm going to slide into Imprint's Dunkable Marshmallow. We'll see where that one
it's just a can and some print. It's given what I tasted on the other one and how this is advertised, that looks amazing.
And I would never buy this in the store.
Never. Not in a million years.
A milk stout with nutty wafer snacks.
Do you feel like they might have the stout game on lock over there?
This might be a can of orgasm.
That's a little strong. But
a couple times so far in this pod, we're maybe setting our boundary lines a little too far.
All right. Well, Mikey, please stop texting me. Please stop. There you go. A lot of people want to text us conflicting information. I've never had a working situation where more people were not on the same page than I am in this one.
Well, Luke, as you would say...
It's a lot of moving parts.
You work for a lot of different companies.
I really do.
And you like to say many other places as well, just in case they're still...
I always feel like I owe it to somebody in some weird corner of the company sometimes. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
All right, you want to get to some of these questions?
So you guys were very kind enough to send some reviews on Apple Podcasts. You sent your questions. Can we say their name this time? So it's not like
He gave me some things to work with, yes.
Because we do love our viewers, right? Until they creep us out, we do love them. I mean, one day they'll...
One of us...
One day they'll attempt to remove one of our organs, but not today, all right? Let's get into it.
One of us gives milk to the stray animals outside his house. One of us doesn't. All right. From homeless Johnny. I don't think he's actually homeless. It's really crazy at this point just how it's complimentary, blah blah blah. Thank you.
Well, you're too good and successful to read this compliment.
You want me to read a compliment to us to other people waiting for us to?
That's what televised masturbation is, Luke. Pretty much, right?
No, he says very nice things. Question: since commentary is so bad, what's the best music to watch fights to?
Well, I mean, Luke. even shitty commentary, it's like pizza to me, right? I still need it. I'm not like you where I'm like, oh yeah, I did watch the other night's card. I didn't have the announcing on. I didn't know they announced this fight or that this guy was hurt or that this happened. But you got to listen to the damn thing.
No, you actually don't.
No, you do. It's
you think you do. You don't.
It's like, you can tell me in advance that the house marinara sauce blows. I still ain't eating plain spaghetti with butter in it, Luke. I'm not doing it, okay?
What 1930s Italian restaurants are you eating in? We got noodles with butter and house marinara. Pick one, bitch.
You old bitch.
Can I have breadsticks? That's not what we do here.
Yeah. We just went out to dinner. We had a couple drinks. It's been.
That's right. I would say I don't play music, and the reason why I didn't hear the commentary for the other UFC show that I had talked about was because I was listening to the commentary from the National Championship in Wrestling that was happening.
Who was the play-by-play man? Was it radio?
The guy who is the play-by-play for this one? Jesus, it's always the same every year. I forget his name. Quint Kesnick is the...
Quint Kesnick, yes. He's a former college lacrosse player who does a lot of weird sports for ESPN.
So he always does the roving reporter bit for the national championships. It was pretty well. But it's always weird, like, the guys win the national title. And I get it. What the fuck you're supposed to say to, like, 7 or 9, whatever weight class it is at this point. And he's always like, okay, go celebrate your win. I'm like, oh, thanks, Dad. Why don't you shut the fuck up? How about I won't celebrate?
Wow, dude.
How about I won't celebrate? He seems like a very nice man. I'm just saying, like 4 times in a row, go celebrate. It's almost like, go celebrate, motherfucker.
Take that, Quinn.
It's always like, Debo's coming, tuck your chin and celebrate your win.
No, seriously though, are you like me, Luke, where every Memorial Day you don't watch any lacrosse all year until that final championship game?
Motherfucker, I don't watch lacrosse on.
No, bro. The NCAA championship game every year is the balls. Are you kidding me?
I'd rather have dengue fever.
Seriously, no, don't do this bit. Luke did this bit earlier off camera when we were having a meeting where she's like, "Oh, Jerry Garcia sucks. That guy can't play guitar."
He does suck. He's the music.
I guarantee you, Garcia's not a top 50 guitarist of all time.
He was 13. You thought he was 3.
Show me the proof. Really.
You thought he was 3.
You were like, show me the sign. It's like I was like, hey, Luke, I think 9/11's an inside job. And you're like, show me the scientific proof of this.
Yes. No, well, first of all, I didn't say that to Jerry Garcia because there is not such a thing. And I've said it for other claims. Yeah, dude, I got this weird thing where if you want to believe in it, there should be an evidentiary basis for you to do that. Sorry. I guess that's weird. I don't know. Apparently that's weird.
That shows, ultimately, that shows a profound lack of belief and faith that there's good in the world.
What show?
Your reaction to things.
Can you move your microphone up a little bit?
First of all, you're like,
it's gonna swing. It's gonna swing, dude.
New mics, dude. This is like a 1988 microphone.
It's anybody who knows anything about the creator community is laughing in your face.
Okay, microphone should be like,
says the guy who doesn't know how to check his voicemail.
Do you got a brick as a cell phone too, Luke? I'm
gonna smash that motherfucking brick over your dome.
This is basically a Zach Morris microphone. This is great.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, it's almost incomprehensible how stupid you are.
Have producer credits, Luke. I get you building.
I do have producer credits.
Okay, there's one thing I focus on, Luke. Mm-hmm. Providing great content.
Do you focus on
I'm that restaurant that's like, yeah, we probably have a good chicken parm, but I don't sell that. All right, you know what I sell art. That's the thing. And I know it's just a big joke. No, but I mean that. You know what I mean?
Do you?
I sell one item, but I've perfected that shit. Okay?
I don't think that's true. I don't think it's a very good analogy. BC, what is your favorite kind of cat? That's a real question.
Yo, I love cats.
Cats are the shit. People hate on cats.
So there's a lot of people in this world. There's a lot of people that watch the show that are watching right now.
They hate cats.
They're like, have some communist belief that if you're a cat person above a dog, I have 2 dogs.
Yeah, they think if you're a cat.
I love dogs, all right?
Yeah, they think that you must hate dogs. No.
Or you must be a serial killer.
Or you only like dogs that are like, kind of shitty dogs.
Or maybe you've contemplated sex with a giraffe. Like they've taken this to extremes, Luke. You know what I'm saying? To be a cat person, cats are great. So what do I like? I've had like a lot of like English short hairs, tabbies, that kind of stuff. But one of my cats has kind of a Himalayan vibe going with a lot of hair. I like that a lot too. You're out of this conversation.
Yeah, I'm completely out of it.
All right. It's the first time we ever talked pussy and only one of us was listening.
How's the beer, by the way?
It's pretty damn good. Okay, I'm not a huge stout guy anymore. I was in my 20s. But this is very tasty. You can really taste all the flavors.
I tell you one time I was a bouncer. This is a true story. This is one of the most fucked up things. I remember one time. Have you ever had this beer? I think you can get it at most Whole Foods around this area. Let's say this area, I mean like Mid-Atlantic or something. It's called Sammy Claus. Have you ever had it?
No. Okay. This is like Boone's Farm wine. You know?
No, Sammy Claus is like a milk stout. It was actually a decent one, but it was like, something like 17% alcohol, like one of these outrageous beers that's made just for the right.
Motherfucker.
So I'll never forget. I worked at this bar when I was in college.
Like Jolt Cola.
Yeah, exactly. Twice the sugar, twice the caffeine. Yeah, that's what it is. And I remember I was working the door one day. I was a doorman when they did like pictures night. And dudes were getting pictures of the Sammy Claus. Okay. And I remember when I was standing back there, I was working the front door, and this dude was like, yo, I got to relieve you. You got to go to the back. And I was like, why? He's like, there's this dude in the bathroom who's passed out, man. You got to go get him. And he was like, he was a small dude. So the guy apparently who passed out was kind of big. So I went, I went to the men's bathroom, and there's like a line of people like, I don't know how to explain it. Like I was walking into a tunnel full of people cheering me on or something. And then I get to the dude who had passed out. He had literally passed out in a standing urinal with his chin resting on the standing urinal. And I had to pick this guy up and like throw water in his face and shit. And I was like, dude, what the fuck did you drink? Oh, he couldn't answer. He threw up, and it was like a whole thing. We had to call an ambulance. And we asked his friends, like, what the fuck were y'all drinking? They're like, dude, we had the Sammy Claus. It's like, your friend was face first into the dick part of a toilet. You understand that, right? That's what you did to him.
Luke, that's the same story that a lot of us have with, name it, right? Boone's Farm wine cooler, right? Which was like $2.99 when you're 18 and you could get fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Or Zima. Bro, do you know I've got some Zima nights, bro, okay?
Did you put... Well, see, I didn't do the Zima thing because the only people who drank Zima when I was in college were the girls who would take the Jolly Rancher. They would dump it in the Zima and let it cook and then drink it.
See, I was close enough to the launch of Zima. I started drinking...
Zima was ahead of the time. Everyone's drinking the White Claw now. Zima was the precursor.
Dude, 93, 94, Zima had cool commercials. It was actually... not considered yet a complete push thing. It was still like dudes that crush beers could still be found with the Zima. Yeah. And then by the time we became like sophomores in high school and started drinking, it was on the edge of like turning over into like being a complete push job thing. Mm-hmm. So we abused dude, I once drank 11 and a half Zimas in a full hour on the ride to a Rusted Root concert. I never made it to the concert.
Send me on the way.
So I spent the night in a gas station in like the north end of Hartford, which everybody knows Connecticut. The north end of Hartford is not where you want to be. And I spent the whole night in that bathroom just throwing up repeatedly. That was great. Yeah.
Can you imagine though? So this is why people are like, oh, I'd love to work in a bar when they're young. I'm like, bro, working at a bar, there are nights when it's like, oh, here comes the hot girl, and she gives you her number, and she thinks you're cool because you work at a bar. Those happen pretty infrequently.
It's like a holiday, right?
Yeah, pretty infrequently, but it does happen. But more often than not, it's like, there's a dude with his chin on the commode, and you got to go get him.
There's a race riot about to break out. You have to go get him in front of him.
You got to go break that shit up, and you're always like, dude, I don't get fucking paid enough for this, man. Yeah. People throwing bottles at you and shit. Like,
dude, you were a bouncer, man.
It sucks. It's not a fun job.
It's not a noble profession.
No, it's not.
There's a lot of really tough guys out there that watch the show that probably are bouncers or have been. And I'm not insulting you, but
they're tough and they're huge.
I was a janitor at Stop and Shop. That's a pretty shitty job.
You were a janitor at Stop and Shop?
God, bro, you have no idea how somebody could shit their... Like, it's one thing to...
I'm pretty aware of how people can shit themselves.
No, I don't think you understand. It's one thing to, like, shit your pants and you just made a mess on the toilet and floor. I've had to clean that up. There are some things I've walked in on where the only way it could have physically happened is if somebody got on all fours, put, like, a bottle rocket in their ass just as they put an enema in. And they just, like, 4th of July on the ceiling and shit. Yeah, and I'm like...
Like someone put a gun in their mouth and it just blew.
Like, I'm getting paid, $6.45 an hour
to clean up mounds of feces.
Yeah, loose, used condoms in the bathroom. Yeah. Old people walking around the produce section just dropping shit on the ground as they're walking. Just some of the most defiled, like, worst things ever. I still wouldn't.
Fuck this squash.
Yeah, I still wouldn't have been a bouncer though, bro.
Yeah.
You think you're cool because you knock out a drunk guy? Does that make you cool?
No, it doesn't. It's awful. But you think it'd be fun to be like muscle at these places, and then you have to do the most fucked up, awful shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like being a whore, right?
I don't think it's quite like having sex for money, but okay. All right. Here we go. Question. Luke, are you a fan of the local metal scene in Richmond, Virginia, which would include Lamb of God, Gwar, Municipal Waste? Damon Johnston, apparently, is the screen name. If so, have you ever attended a Gwar show? I've not attended a Gwar show. It is on the bucket list. I've never attended any of these bands, Municipal Waste, Lamb of God. Richmond has a real, like if you want to get a tattoo and you live in the Mid-Atlantic, you either go to Jersey or you would go to Richmond. You would never go to Baltimore or D.C.
The race thing?
No, it's an artistic community thing. There's artists sort of live.
Oh, if I'm going to get a tattoo, I'm going to get it in Baltimore just to prove you wrong.
You're going to get probably a bad tattoo. Anyway, let me just get some good places up there. There's a place in Damascus, Maryland that's incredible. But long story short, no, I've never. But I've been to Gwar Bar.
Gwar Bar.
Gwar has a bar in Richmond called Gwar Bar. The members own it. And you go inside and everything is metal, like featured. And the food is... It is some of the best bar food I've ever fucking had in my life. And the first time I went in there, they had Halloween on the TV, and they had Pantera on the fucking ones and twos. And I was like, this is finally a beer.
Go to that place.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. And the bar spoke to me. Oh, I love Gwar Bar.
It was like, there was the same thing of that teenager who listened to, what was that Ozzy song?
Is it like the one Ozzy bit the bird.
No, when the kid shot somebody. Suicide Solution. That was the song. Luke.
Oh, right. Solution. Okay.
So, look, even though we don't talk enough about great guitar solos because you like shitty music, but
do I?
Even though it is an open tribute to Satan, Randy Rhoads' solo on Mr. Crowley, the second of the three, is insane. Do you know that song?
They're not actually worshiping Satan. You know that, right?
I don't need you to try to tell me like where the boundaries are in this shit. Okay.
Apparently, you need some hand holding on regards to this. From Graham Mac 13. Question for Room Service Diaries: if both were to fight each other, what is either of your preferred way to finish the fight? Jesus, what kind of question is that? Well, if I was Greg Hardy, it'd be by banging.
Yo, Tui, you want to bang?
I don't. That's a weird question. I don't care about it.
He's basically asking Luke, when you finish a man off, what's your go-to? What's your finishing move to finish a man off? Ground and pound. I mean, what does this guy say? Luke's. I mean, what's happening?
Kane Gleason, 1993. Oh God, have you ever heard of the trolley problem?
No. Is this anal related?
No. It's a moral dilemma. It's a famous kind of moral dilemma. And there's many different kinds of trolley problems you can have. But the basic idea is as follows. There's a trolley on a track. The track will split. Okay? Imagine, here's one way to word it. There's different ways to do this. On one side of the trolley, you have, let's say, 5 people who are strapped to the ground. Some evil genius strapped them there, and the train's going to run them over. On the other side, you have, and maybe they're all like young people. On the other side, you have somebody who's like a 3-year-old, but there's one person strapped to the other one. Do you save the person who hasn't lived much life yet, or and it's just one? This
is very similar to that scene in the Titanic where the rich people run to the boats, Luke.
Yes.
And the poor people, all the Irish,
who deserve to live, who deserves to die,
are stuck behind that fence, right?
All right, trolley problem.
You're gonna laugh at this.
I'm not. I'm probably not.
I just watched the Titanic from start to finish for the first time 2 days ago.
3 days ago. Like the DiCaprio?
Yeah, I saw it like incomplete many times, but I never saw it in a row, like the whole movie. Yo, that movie was pretty awesome.
It bangs.
I mean, I did win Best Picture, so you can't make fun of me too much here. Do you like that piece of film, Luke?
Can I read this question?
No, I'm asking you your thoughts on the movie.
I had to watch it to bang my girlfriend at the time. Yes. I mean, what do you want me to say? She loved it, so therefore I loved it, so I could do it.
You didn't like the cinematography or anything?
There's a runway trolley barreling down the railway tracks towards downtown D.C. There's no train that way, but okay. Ahead on the tracks, there are 5 people.
You really have to correct that guy?
There are 5 people tied up and unable to move. Ioana Jacek, Dana, Ariel, Jay, and Ben Shapiro. The trolley is headed straight for him. You are standing some distance off in the train yard next to a lever. If you pull this lever, the trolley will switch to a different set of tracks. However, you notice that there is one person on the side of the other tracks. A big booty Latina. You have two options. Do nothing.
Shift the scales. Luke.
Do nothing and allow the trolley to kill 5 people on the main track. Pull the lever, divert the trolley onto the side track where it will kill just one person. Which is the more ethical option? Or more simply, what is the right thing to do? Don't you dare destroy a big booty Latina. Kill everyone if it means saving her, is the answer. And that's the only acceptable answer. How is this a dilemma? Yeah, let everyone else die. I don't give a fuck.
You'd be taking a lot from the MMA world.
They'd move on. From this is not Necromancer, but from Viagramancer.
Fuck unions. The fighters will be fine, all right? They'll be fine.
From Viagramancer, what shows or movies in the last year stood out to you, and what are you looking forward to? Let's start there. Dude, I have to tell you, a lot of the stuff that came out during the pandemic was very ass. It was not good.
Did you ever end up watching Ozark Season 3?
No. Not yet.
Okay.
Is that good?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Season 2 was a little bit of a letdown, although still really good. Season 1 was really good. 3 was badass, bro.
I didn't see that.
Dude, I just saw an awesome movie. All right?
Luke, is it your first time on RedTube?
It was called Titanic. No, Luke, I know we just talked about this offline, but you had a shitty response, so let me ask you again now. 2012, Oliver Stone, Savages. Bro,
okay, hold on, let me look this up. That
movie's a fucking instant classic, Luke, in terms of that type of movie.
All right, Savages.
Are you, like the Riggins from Texas Forever's and that? Dude, come on.
God, I want to say I've seen this.
Dude, that shit's great.
That's good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see it. But that didn't come out during the pandemic.
No, that was like 2012. Luke, I don't know if you remember those days.
2012. I got married that year.
You were probably angry working for Vox, just really angry and shit.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time angry working at Vox.
Craig Carton trading like IM messages, right?
ICQ.
Aim? Were you aiming?
I was aiming. BC, have you watched Deadpool or Deadpool 2?
No, I'm not going to watch.
Tell them what happened yesterday.
All right. So what I didn't tell you is I tried to watch Deadpool 1 based on all these recommendations like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't make it 5 minutes. But I'm not saying that that's the movie's fault necessarily, Luke. I'm just realizing like this shit ain't for me. And then you and I tried to watch TV last night hanging out, and you put Deadpool 2 on, and I tried, Luke. But at the end of the day, I love me some Star Wars. There's a generation nostalgic pull there. But the rest of that bullshit, Luke, like, dude, give me Schwarzenegger, Seagal. Give me that shit all day, okay? I'm not with your modern age, humorous, dad joking superhero movies. And I know Deadpool is supposed to be the anti of that, Luke, right? So that it can snare a man like me. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me.
From The Jinx is Real. Love the show, guys, blah, blah, blah. How many BCs does it take to beat Luke in a fight? I would probably start the over-under at around 4.
No, 2 without question, dude. With 2 without question.
I think you need 3.
Dude, 2 would mop you up. Okay? All right?
I think you might need 3.
We would score a knockout and a tap out at the exact same time.
No, I don't. I would steal on the first one of you. And then the other ones would see, oh, wow, this gentleman commands serious might.
I'd probably bargain you up to a 3 just so the third one can crack jokes the whole time and like take pictures and stuff. Like that'd be great.
All right, that's a good question. All right, from El Jefe 007. Luke and BC, would you rather have what the fuck?
Wow, this is going to get real weird, right? We can't read that. What does it say?
This is the worst question I've ever seen.
Wow. So this is Mikey, our producer.
This is worse. This is a worse question than Sophie's Choice.
Quality control from Mikey here?
Yeah, Mikey.
He's the guy behind the fan submissions going downhill.
I'm going to read this one just because it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Would you rather have an oil wrestling match against each other, the way the ancient Greeks used to wrestle, or fight against Francis Ngannou in a 2-on-1 match with the unified rules of MMA? Buddy, you better start greasing up. Because I don't give a shit if you're my wingman in that fight. We ain't fighting that motherfucker.
No, I'm not fighting that guy. I'm not fighting that guy. Not a chance, all right?
Dude, I legit might bang you before I find him.
Yo, that guy will knock out your grandkids.
Yeah, dude.
Like before they're even born.
That's a terrible question. Would you bang your best friend or would you fight Francis Ngannou?
Yeah, Luke, would you rather bang BC or watch him die? Your choice, okay? Yeah.
All right, from Chris GST. Will you get off your phone?
Sorry, I got friends. I got lost.
Your baby crying.
Normally is that real?
Yeah, you can hear it. Hutch Bass. Here's my question for Room Service Diaries.
Look, would you rather bang BC or...
It's like, would you rather murder your father or bang BC? Love the podcast. Like, okay. You can tone that down. Or would you bang your dad and then murder BC? What are these choices?
That's not cool.
Here's a good question.
Yeah.
If you could bring back one discontinued candy soda food item, what? And it says food item too. What would it be?
Well, food item makes it too broad. Can we stick with candy for a second?
Sure. Soda's there too.
Do you remember from the 80s and they lingered until the 90s and then you can only get them in like bodegas, basically, where they hadn't changed the candy for 15 years, Bonkers?
The chewy candy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I'm a giant Starburst guy like most people. I love Mambas is my shit. Mambas like the best candy ever. People don't even know, even though it's made out of like mad cow disease. But Luke, or like a cow's brain or something. Luke, seriously, Bonkers had like a burst of fruit on the inside. Like it was like...
I haven't had it so long, I don't even remember.
Great commercials too, dude. If I can track that down, there's probably a gas station in Virginia, I'm going to guess, that has it still.
The big thing that when I was a kid was Pixie Sticks.
Yeah, but that was like... That was like, oh, you're a heroin addict? You're a future heroin addict. I'm just going to take this, just mainline this.
What about Push Pops? That was a big one.
Yeah, it was cool, but that was kind of lame too. And I know I'm a man in a Kate Spade case, but look, that's a manly color scheme. That's a really manly color. It's like black, white, and gold. That's dude. You don't see a lot of women dressed in black, white, and gold, Luke.
You see a lot.
No, I'm serious. That's like
you do dressed in Kate Spade.
That says power. That says intrigue. Right? There's mystery. Right?
It says purse, and it says handbag, and it says dress. Hutch. From Opioid Kush, BC. Since you're a big jam band fan, which is the worst shit on earth.
Stop that.
What's some of your favorite shows or festivals that you have been to?
I'll tell you what, Luke, I once in like 2008 ranked every concert I've ever been to based on like quality of performance mixed with how hard I partied mixed with how much I knew the band's repertoire, like real nerdy bullshit, right? The best show I've ever been at? It came, so I went to Bonnaroo in 2004 in Tennessee and did like the camping shit and saw all the shows and it was great. And, sorry, it was 2005. And the Black Crowes, I think I told you this before, the Black Crowes reunited, full lineup for the first time in 2005. And they went on tour and they were insane. And I saw them at Bonnaroo and I was like, holy shit, I've never been a Black Crowes guy, never owned a CD. But you like the radio shit, right? You like Hard to Handle, you like, She Talks to Angels, you like the typical radio shit, right?
Mm-mm.
Well, I was like, oh my god, this band's legit. I got tickets.
Black Crowes?
Yeah, New Year's Eve 2005, Madison Square Garden, 17th row on the floor. Tray from Fish opened, and then the Black Crowes peeled my face off, Luke. Now, have you ever been to the Garden for a concert? It's just next level.
I saw U2 there.
Just like when you're going to see a fight there, or even
it was
the
not next
circus.
level.
Okay, well, to me, I saw AC/DC at the Garden. When I go to the Garden, it becomes the next level, okay? Luke, I was on the floor. They did like 6 Dead in Zeppelin covers. I mean, Rolling Stones covers. I'm spitting on you. It was just, it was a phenomenal show, Luke. Okay, that was the best concert I've ever been to. So that's the answer to that question.
All right. Luke, are you a battle rap fan? If so, who are some of your favorite battlers? No, I don't give a shit about battle rap. That's a very honest answer. No.
Thank you for sending that question.
From Arpan Lobo, you guys are both pretty vocal about how much more you like pop culture from when you were coming up than now. Yeah, not because we think it's better. Dude, can you stop texting in the middle of a motherfucking podcast?
It's very similar to you during Morning Kombat, though.
It's like, not. I don't text anybody.
Your online
I don't check email. I don't check my balance.
Reports,
I'm looking up news headlines and looking up stats. No.
And normally I'm like, and I think really for Woodley the key is right, Luke? And then you'll be like, oh yeah, BC. For me, I think the key is for Woodley. You'll say the same thing I just said. And you have no idea that I just broke that down.
That rarely happens.
It happens every episode.
And then two wrongs don't make a right. I'm gonna wait for you.
Luke, I'm sorry. You're not the only committed relationship I'm in at the moment.
I am for this next 30 minutes or whatever. Arpan Lobo. You guys are both pretty vocal about how much more you like pop culture from when you were coming up to now, what things in your generation.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Because we're old white dads now. We don't give a crap about pop culture, right, Luke?
Yeah, we don't give a crap about pop culture.
I mean, you're always like, hey, BC, you should check out Imagine Dragons. They're really good. I'm like, get this shit away from me, right?
You'd love Imagine Dragons.
Well, how would you know?
You've told me. From Johnny1234 L33T. Good thing we read those names,
Yeah, well, these
wouldn't want people to miss that.
Look, if somebody didn't take the time to go to like Apple reviews and put a damn question in, you got to reward them by saying their name, right?
Some of these names are graphic forms of
like,
weird sex.
Look, which Destiny's Child member retroactively do you think was the hottest? Not then, but now when you look back.
You're supposed to say Beyonce, but it was Michelle, one of the other two.
Michelle. It was her all the way. Come on.
Which one was Michelle?
No, not Michelle. The one, the one Kelly. Remember the Kelly and Nelly?
No,
video?
It was the other one.
No, it was
Kelly.
The
third.
No, it was actually Kelly. That was the thing that people don't realize.
I
thought you were going to say Solange. I thought you were going to deep cut us there.
What boy band song are you singing when you're hammered?
Was that O-Town song? All or Nothing at All? Probably that one, right?
I don't sing boy band songs when I'm hammered.
Yeah, well, wait, what are we talking about?
I mean, who are you people?
I mean, who would do that? What masculine guy in 2021?
Not masculine. What person who's not who's not deranged does that?
I don't see a lot of women wearing black and white with gold.
You don't see many women, period. From Jad989, what's your 1 rep max back squat in the front yard prison gym?
Okay, this is so weird of you.
I don't care about this question either. From
no, answer it.
I've never done back squat out front, so I can't answer it.
What's your record for the bench in your front yard? Which is the
I've benched in my front yard with the bar literally one time because I don't have the racks for it. So I did 225 for reps. That's it.
Could you do 265 right now?
For reps? I can do it for reps. Yeah.
One time.
Oh, easily. 300
pounds one day.
I can do 315 for 2, maybe 3 on a good day.
All right, how about no spot at 300 pounds?
Yeah, easy.
No, you're not that strong.
No, that's not impressive, dude. That's not a lot of weight. Like you're making that to be, it's a lot of weight. It's not a lot of weight. That's very average.
There's not a time where you're not looking to piss on my campfire. Right? Like finally catches like the kindling's there, like it's in. You're just like Dude,
I'm just trying to tell you honestly, it's not a lot of weight. You're making it sound like it's a lot of weight. Like I'm bragging. I'm not bragging. It's not a lot of weight.
It's probably the Armenian side of it. That's really,
dude, it's legitimately not a lot of weight.
It's very close to that area of the world where they're very good at weightlifting, right?
Yeah, they would be putting up a lot more than 315.
Look, you know about Iran?
Yes.
They're very good at weightlifting.
They're good at a lot of things beyond just weightlifting. But yes, they are quite good. They're very good at weightlifting. Yes, that's very true.
You did live in Doha.
They're not Iranian. From N1L507. It's very important that you know that. Luke, what are you getting tatted after you finish your piece on your forearm? All that full sleeve big bro. Yeah, this is going to be...
Slow down a little. Can you put some money in your kid's college account?
So hold on.
Let me get the full sleeve going.
I'm going to get the full sleeve on this side.
I'm sure that'll be cheap.
It will probably be around probably 10 grand, a little bit less,
bro,
8.
Okay, let's reassess where you are in life right now. Okay, I know you're making good money and you're happy. You're going to commit $10,000 to your arm.
Yes.
Why don't you just
Probably not that much.
But here's the thing, you can't resell that. Why don't you instead go like the NBA player route and just get the giant like 10 gram necklace, like gold, like with like the
and then just repurpose it later.
Yeah, then later you can sell it like when you're down on your luck and stuff.
Because I don't want to do that. I want to get tatted instead. It won't be 10. It'll be closer to probably 6 or 7, I think.
All right.
I'll get this finished. I want to get one of my leg sleeves done, and then I don't know how I'm going to finish up here, but I'm going to have it.
Good idea for your left forearm.
I'm going to have it come up in here and then cover this chest piece.
Like the Rock,
well.
like Dwayne Johnson's?
No, but he has like a Polynesian one. Like I can't get that. You know?
Probably get more something Armenian, but I think you should consider your wife's eyes right here, like Canelo.
All right, for at BC, what would you get tatted if you weren't scared? Love from North Philly, by the way.
Hey, shout out to North Philly. North Philly's probably not that far, Luke, from Hatfield, Pennsylvania. Hatfield.
What are you doing?
I'm looking up for a picture of you. What were we just talking about?
What would you get tatted if you weren't scared?
Oh yeah, Canelo's wife. Well, I got a picture of Canelo's wife for you. All right, what would I get tatted? I would probably get a mountain, a nature scene of like mountains, but I'd get very, very flashy, like happy colors. You know what I mean?
Here's the real test. Would you ever get tatted one of your paintings?
Oh, that'd be the best.
You do it?
The best. Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
I'll show you which painting I'm going to do.
I thought you were going to show me a picture of Canelo's wife or something.
I will. I got that. That's in the hopper.
She had a lot of surgery or something?
No. I just want to show you. Remember I always talk about the eyeball tat?
I mean, I don't know what's that.
Maybe it's my favorites folder, Luke. Okay.
Another question from Dacky Smacky.
You think that guy's ever done heroin, Luke?
So this is a really bad question.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
He goes, greatest non-combat sports moment you've ever witnessed?
So is he saying beyond sport
or watched lives?
I think he's saying
watch live.
In your career of watching sports in person as a fan, but not fights.
No, I think he's just saying anything in your life that's not combat sports related.
Dude, Smacky, he's got some Factory Town vibes going on with him a little bit.
He doesn't, and you're imagining
so
things.
Let's stay with that. In terms of sports, college or pro, non-combat. Tell the people, like, what's the biggest things you've witnessed live?
Non-combat sports?
Yeah. What's the biggest moments that you like? I was at the Bloody Sock game, Kurt Schilling, 2004.
You were there?
Yankees? Yes, I was.
I don't think I have anything of note that was non-combat sports. I've been to many games. None of them really stick out as particularly remarkable. The last time I went to the Skins game was when who was the Sanchez, the quarterback, Mark Sanchez?
The butt fumble game?
When he played briefly for DC.
Yeah.
And oh Jesus.
Yo, so that's Canelo's wife with Canelo's arm around her. Am I screwing up the focus here?
It's probably okay, yeah. Anyway, and
that's a little weird.
Yeah, and the Giants hung 40 on them before halftime, and my wife and I left. And we had a suite. Then we left.
You really haven't been to anything?
Dude, I've been to many hockey games. I've been to many basketball games. I've been to baseball games over and over again. I've never been to one of like major significance, I don't think.
I've been to the one hitter Bobby Jones of the Mets threw in the 99 playoffs to eliminate.
Dude, my family's not into sports.
I went to the NLCS clinching game when Mike Hampton threw a 3-hit shutoff to put the Mets in the Subway Series. I was at that game. I've been to a 2000 Knicks playoff game. They came back from 18 down in the third quarter to force a Game 7 against the Heat. I've been to some of that type of shit, but nothing like otherworldly. Like I've never been to a perfect game or like...
No, me neither.
Or something,
I've never been to anything like that. If I go to a game, it's because the tickets are cheap and the stakes are low. I don't really go to like, I'm going to spend $500 on World Series Game 4 tickets. Like, I don't do that. Taylor Blows Maynard. All right? That's the name of the person. What are your thoughts on the band Tool?
There's a dude who writes into our show, and it could be this person, all the time. And I've received his DMs many times. He tells us, like, without question, bro, Tool's the greatest rock band of all time, and you guys are missing out. I need you to get into it.
Right, so here I have a way to get that for you. So I found it myself just by accident. There's this dude, I think he's Canadian, but there's this...
Brodstetter?
Oh, what's his name? He's like this black drummer. But anyway, I was watching some of his stuff, and then they came up in the algorithm from watching him, which is... Drum teacher watches X.
Yeah.
So they watched one of Tool's songs from the album, I think it was Lateralis. Could be wrong about that. But they watched the guy and how offbeat he is and how he's improvising on, and all of the drum teachers, like there's several versions of this, and they've all got like 700,000, 1 million views. All of the drum teachers are like, holy motherfucking shit. This guy is the truth.
Damn.
All of them, yes.
Well, once that guy was pressuring me, I was like, I never really got into them. I would hear them in the background, other people playing them. Their musicianship, I mean, they go after it.
They try.
But it's dark as shit. Like,
I saw them in concert. They all hide. You can't ever see any of their faces.
That lead singer, dude, he fucking brings it. And you know me, I love emotion.
He's like a brown belt jiu-jitsu, I think, too.
So he goes after it, bro.
But I saw them in concert, and like you could see the drummer from like the light around him, and because they're behind these curtains, you can't really see them do anything, but you can see their shadows. They purposely just make you watch this giant screen over there, and it's got all these geometric patterns and lights and stuff. It was a fine concert, but it's a little weird when like they don't ever show their faces ever. It's kind of strange.
You come out, you're like, maybe I'll vote Libertarian next year. There's maybe some like hidden message.
Something like that.
Luke, how about our producer Gaff during dinner just being like, yo, I got a black belt in Taekwondo.
Yeah, but he got him when he was 13.
You just trying to say it doesn't count? Yo, he would kick your ass with that black belt, okay, son?
Doesn't count in the way that a jiu-jitsu black belt counts, no. You can't even be promoted. You can't even.
Gaff, I got you, bro. Right?
I don't think you can even be promoted to purple or beyond purple until you're 18.
Sometimes, Gaff, we just got to do it. Straight up, all right?
BZ the Wrestler. Question for the show. What's your fave limited time fast food item ... of all time?
Shamrock Shake.
What is a Shamrock Shake?
McDonald's comes out with it in March for St. Patrick's Day, and it's a mint flavored milkshake.
I like how fast you were with that.
Bro, it's
Shamrock Shake, bitch.
It's insane, and there's only one thing close to it. They have
Motherfucking Shamrock
an
Shake.
orange one that they bring out like every couple of years.
It's that orange motherfucking Shamrock.
Orange bowl. Look at that orange gimmick right now, okay? Luke, what do you say?
Limited time? I don't. Dude, here's the thing. I don't know. Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you could have one fast food item
Back? That's not here anymore?
No. The rest of your life. Which isn't to say you have to eat every meal. I mean, like, you can get it whenever you want, but the deal is it's the only one you can get.
5-layer beef burrito from Taco Bell.
Wow, dude.
And that's not sexy, but it's functional as shit.
What's in the 5 layers?
5-layer beef burrito is it's thick. It's so if you get the 7-layer, there's way too much rice. You need the 5-layer because it's more focused on the
is
combination.
Is it thick and long?
Of the cream setup, you know?
Yeah, cream. Yeah.
Get on top. Yeah. Shabooby. I think I should get out of this conversation.
I'll tell you mine. It would be. I haven't had it in maybe 13 years. I'm not kidding. I'm thinking about it. No, I'm serious.
Double quarter pounder with cheese.
No. A Dairy Queen Blizzard with Reese's peanut butter cups, diced up.
I would give you a pound if I cared about you that much. Yeah, that'd be great. Look, do you know what's a great fast food item that didn't work and McDonald's lost $200 million?
Did you masturbate into the burgers when you worked there?
I was working there at the time, so I remember this great. Do you remember in 1996?
Campbell, they won't eat the cheeseburgers again.
So McDonald's was kind of ahead of their time. They kind of predicted the high-end craft burger revolution that's been going on like the last 10 years. They kind of predicted it.
Didn't you eat a burger tonight for dinner like a fucking heathen?
God, I went after it. That was almost like a sexual experience. I just went after it, Luke. You ever do that with food? Have like a foodgasm? You just like, I'm going after this shit.
I think you need better sexual experiences if that's your frame of reference.
So Luke, do you remember the Arch Deluxe burger that McDonald's came out with in 96?
Vaguely.
So it was for it was expensive and it was aimed at like.
Was it supposed to be like a organic burger or something?
No, that's the McLean Deluxe, which also failed. The Arch Deluxe, the whole key was the bun was like an artisan next level bun, and it had like a spicy mayo on it, and it had like a mixture of not your basic lettuce, tomato. Like it was a little bit higher.
It's alarming how much you know about McDonald's,
bro. Because I worked there at the time, so what I would do was take the Arch Deluxe bun, which was insane, and then we would
hang on. I'm just looking. Okay, good.
And then on our break, because you'd have to pay like a flat rate of 50% off for like one meal. So you'd like, okay, I'm going to make this meal last. So I'm going to make it myself. I take the Arch Deluxe bun and then put a triple cheeseburger on the middle.
Ooh.
But one time as I was walking by, Rich Suzeski, this dude I went to high school with who worked at the time in the back on the meat, he goes, bro, why don't you try the quadruple?
Oh, shit.
Why don't you put 4 patties? I'm like, bro, I'm here. Come on, do this. So he put the 4th one in, and this one was like just out of the machine, and it was sizzling hot. Yeah. So everyone was like, yo, dude, check it out. Like, Bry Guy, they call me Bry Guy the Fry Guy, which is real lame. And so, Luke, I had like an audience watching. I poured the shit out of ketchup. I took a giant bite. Remember, that middle patty is sizzling.
Yeah, it's burning. I get it.
Skipped a beat, but not like a quick beat. It was like I bit into that shit, a quadruple cheeseburger in the Arch bun. But again, that middle slice of beef is like sizzling hot, like would burn a hole through your shirt and your flesh.
Okay, where are we going with this?
Yo, my heart stopped beating for like a second and a half, and I was just like, And then it started again, and it was like, okay, but like that. I mean, that was that. You know when they talk about old guys who like buy a hooker and they die in the middle of sex, and then the reaction was like, well, he went out on top, right? He went out doing what he loved.
You thought you had peaked, huh?
Old Ray was a real bastard. He had a lot of liver sores, but that guy went out on top. Luke, I would have went out on top in that moment at age 16.
That's a great story, BC.
Yeah, definitely. Luke, you should write my obit if I should perish before you.
Buddy, you don't want me writing your obit.
Yeah. I mean, do you really get me, Luke? So here's the deal.
Here's your problem. I get you better than you want to.
No. The people get me. Those people watching right now, Luke.
They don't get you. They don't know you like I know you. They don't. They don't.
Weird, Luke.
I know you a lot better than them.
That's a little too revealing, potentially.
Hashtag Eskimo Brothers. You know what I'm saying?
God.
What?
We're talking about Rhonda again, right?
No, we're not. All right, we're actually not Eskimo Brothers.
No, never. Great girl, but never met her.
Okay. Question. Blah 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 blah. No, is this a fight question? Don't stop. Did DC have the worst career timing? I don't care.
Don't say that. And at least give it the time of day before we shit on it, Luke.
Okay, from Skeevy Stevie. That's better.
Yeah.
That's a little more my speed right
Scabs.
now. Hey, donks. What would be your top 4 UFC fighters, past or present, to have an unforgettable night on the town with? Dude, these guys want these fighters to be like their friends and heroes.
Don't you deep inside, Luke?
No.
Deep inside. You try to do I don't care about anyone's respect. I don't care if you like me, bro. Just to click subscribe to my shit. But deep inside, you want to be loved. You want to party with these guys.
I don't. First of all, that's a total inaccurately way of describing me.
Stems against each other and just.
No, I do not. I'll be honest. There was probably a time in my life where I did.
Oh yeah, bro.
But right now, no.
Yo, I think I was sexy Yama. That guy probably knows what's up, right?
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah, definitely, right?
He's probably got a boat.
Yeah, I mean, I'd hang. The language barrier would be there, but I think we can get around that. I really do.
I think a few shots.
Yeah.
You guys are speaking the same.
Yo, do you think he could get me into tanning, like self-tanning?
You have to apologize for the rising gaff to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I ever gonna look? Will I live that down?
Yeah, I'll live it down. Yeah. I live down the John Jones thing. Yours was way less than that.
All right, top 4 fighters we would want to party with. Let's treat this with the respect it deserves.
Okay, all right. So I think that's a fair point. I would say top 4. So let me name one, then you go. Okay.
But these are people that we don't actually know if they're cool or not. We're guessing.
That's right. We're trying to figure out, are they actually cool?
Because Luke Rockhold is going to disappoint us. We can't hang out with him. He's going to disappoint.
Yeah,
us.
that's right.
I'm sorry, Luke. We're gonna hate you at the end.
Dude, he's gonna get all the attention with the women.
Oh God, he's good. Yo, he might bang them in front of us just to spite us. Like
he's not a good wingman. It's the wingman got the girl again. I mean, we're married. But I'm just saying that's what you were doing. Like it wouldn't work.
Yo, what about? I know this is safe and whatever. Yo, what about Michael Chiesa?
I bet he's fun. I like Michael a lot, actually.
He could be our wingman. He could be our wingman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He would look out for us, too. He would make sure we got in the Uber on the way home, I think.
Yeah. I think that's fair. All right, I go with that. I like Michael Chiesa. Okay, that's one. By the way, you can pick women or men.
Oh, really? All right. Then, we would probably grow to dislike her because she's very self-focused, but I'd hang out with Joanna the whole time, all right?
Oh, no. That's a big fat no for me. That's a hard no.
Hard.
How about this one? Let me throw one at you. Because imagine it was the two of us together, right? So I agree with the first choice. What about Pena? Juliana Pena.
I knew you were going to go Latino. How did I know, Luke? Really?
It's actually, no. I don't mean in that way. I don't think,
Yeah. You're like, how about live in La Reina La Vida? Okay, bro, I love that.
Yeah, what about that? Would you hang out there? No.
All right. I would have preferred you'd said Angela Hill. She looks really cool.
I already picked her before. I
know,
can't pick her again. Yeah, actually, I did hang out with her one time, and she was actually a ton of fun.
Derek Lewis, 100%.
Oh, that's a good call. I was his tweet being like, "I do for 8." I was like, "What are you doing?" But you're right. He would be a ton of fun. Tanner Bosser, the Canadian with the missing tooth.
That's fair. It's fair.
He would be. It wouldn't be bar fun. Like we're not going to the club together.
No.
But he probably has a backyard where you can just go shoot shit and
Yo, do you feel like Johnny Hendricks would like dip with you, and you could probably play like lawn darts with him?
Yeah, but
I have a fire in his backyard.
He looks like he has bad stories.
No, I bet he's got really good ones.
No, I bet he tells bad stories.
All right, we'll take him off. I'm trying to good faith this, so give me a chance here. Oh, bro, Max Holloway.
Oh, that's a good one too. Max
we would love him in person, right? We would love him.
Yeah, I bet Max is a lot of fun. I bet he's a lot of fun. Fuck, it's a good one, man.
Like, I think Ortega's the coolest, but he's not hanging out with us.
He's not hanging out with us. And again, you can't have a wingman look like that. Like, that doesn't do you any good. It's not
going to help any of us.
He's going to ruin it for everyone. So, dude, stop inviting Ortega.
T-City, bro. I love hearing about Halle Berry.
It's like, dude, you don't have to triangle them all here.
I never even bring Halle up. You force her into the conversation every time we hang out, you know?
Yeah. So, no, you couldn't do Ortega. Adesanya. He's weird.
No, here's the deal.
No, to party with? Listen, the question is
so weird, bro.
No.
You'd be watching anime, bro. You'd be all up in that shit.
Question was Night on the Town. We're not watching anime Night on the Town.
You might. I'm telling you, might.
Okay, it's mine. But it's chance. By the way, we're not sitting in the same seat, asswipes. No, I would say I would want to party with him. I bet it's a lot of fun.
All right, so far we've got Sexayama.
Adesanya. Come on.
Mike the Maverick is rolling with us.
We said Angela Hill, but we already used her for the MMA beat question.
Well, we do need a female, Luke.
Yeah, you do. Oh, Hebos.
Can we just say this? This is not fight related and it's not gross related. Can we just go person related?
Okay.
She's one of the most joyful, like.
That is absolutely true.
Where you don't know her, but you just want to know her. Like, she just like.
She generally has a very positive outlook on life.
That would be a great. All right, she's part of our crew.
Yeah.
What are we gonna call ourselves? Right? We can't be the Wolf Pack because I think that's taken.
By who? Wrestlers?
No, like the damn Hangover guys.
Is that what they were called?
Yeah.
I've never seen The Hangovers.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've had some.
Oh, I've had some. What's the worst hangover you've ever had?
I've had what I call 3-day hangovers, where you are. All right, so you can't move, guaranteed for that first 24 hours, you can't move. Like, you are throwing up every time you take a breath, like, just whatever.
Yes.
But
like that, you should have been hospitalized. Probably.
Exactly. But people know that there are day 2 hangovers, yes, where you are throwing up for the first half of that entire second day, and your head hurts too much to really get up and function for most of the second day. We're talking the second day. I've had one 3-day hangover in my life.
Yeah, they call them tercero in Spanish.
I went to Seton Hall, University, Luke. I went to an old bar called the Hall, which I think burned down eventually in that fire that made a lot of headlines. And I had 14 vodkas and whatever, and then I had like another 8 beers, I think, on top of that. And
like Wade Boggs before the 7th inning.
That was like during the DX era, right? Okay, I remember going out into the middle of the dance floor and just doing the DX chop until I was like, my back vibrate, like. And I remember like the security came and were like, you have to leave. Like, this is not like. I
was the guy throwing you out of bars, like, sir, you cannot.
Like, you can't do that.
You can't do that here.
And I think I'd gone to the jukebox and put like $15 in worth of 311 songs, which is just like what are you doing, dude? Like, the fuck are you doing, dude?
We've been listening to Omaha Styley for an hour.
Yo, it was definitely that album too. Grassroots, definitely that.
We've been listening to Omaha Styley for an hour. Can you stop?
I threw up all over a really nice chick's room. I just felt
God. Yeah. The worst one I ever had, the 2 worst hangovers I've ever had, is I'm being dead serious, is when South Americans tricked me. This is real. Not tricked me to the point where anything bad happened to me in terms of beyond just the hangover, but the worst one I ever had was I had never had, in Colombia, their famous drink, their alcohol is called aguardiente. Fire water, literally. Is that what you call it, basically?
Oh, gringos can't mess with that.
Well, okay. So it tastes like black licorice. It's the basic way to describe it.
God, dude, black licorice is the worst. It's the taste of the devil's semen. It's the worst thing ever.
They drink in Colombia all day, every day.
Yo, black licorice candy is like
it's the worst. It's the absolute worst.
Kryptonite.
So they told me, I was like, dude, is this like alcohol? Like, can you? They were sipping it like almost like wine, and I was like, can you drink this like wine? And they're like, yeah, just drink it like that. So I was drinking like giant glasses of it, or as much as I could tolerate.
Bro, you're gonna throw up so hard.
So, and then later that night, just to double down, I got in the. It was a wedding party, and this dude was rich. We went in his jacuzzi, and I was dehydrated from all of it.
Oh.
So then I went to sleep, vomited everywhere, to the point where I was woken up with vomit, and my head was pounding so bad. I told my wife, I cannot move. So my wife,
you were that drunk that late.
I didn't know it could do that to you. I'd never heard of it.
Yeah.
And that was bad. The second time was when this Brazilian dude had this. This is a true story. This dude, I love him. His name is Antonio. He claims he went to high school with Amanda Nunes. He claims that. Remember when I asked her that, and she was like, "I've never heard of him," but he claims that.
You would ask her about some dude who said he was.
Well, he's a very trustworthy person. Like, I don't think he's lying to me. Maybe he's confused. No, he might be confused, but he's not lying. Anyway, he had. Well, actually, maybe he is. But he had this giant mug that was a cow hoof, and he had cachaça in it, and I didn't know what cachaça was, and then I was drinking it. It's pretty heavy, so let me slide off of this. And the Peruvians were like, drink this pisco. Pisco is it's like wine. You can just have it like wine. And so I was like, hot, drinking it. And I passed out in their toilet, not like in the toilet, but like right next to it. And my wife had to get her and another person to help me to the car. And then I vomited in the bathroom, but I had locked the door, so they had to break down the door because I was gurgling all my own vomit. Wow. I've had some moments, yeah.
Do you remember the first time you were shit-ass drunk and you put dip in your mouth and you swallowed it by accident?
I've never had that problem.
And then you said to a friend, "You what's going to happen next?" I just accidentally swallowed it.
Probably.
And they give you the equivalent look as if you were like, "Hey, dude, I found a grenade and I pulled the pin and then I stuck it down my throat. How long do I have before things get bad?"
It'll be bad.
They're like, "Bro, when did you swallow the thing of dip?" And you're like, "Oh, I don't know, like a minute ago." They're like, "Count to probably 150, and then you're gonna lose 10 pounds, and you're gonna spit it out in front of you, bro."
Did you vomit?
That is, but it's a physical destruction of your body. The vomiting is so
it's intense.
It's intense, dude.
Yeah. Dude, I knew several Marines, who just swallowed all the time. They just.
You talking about tobacco?
Yes, they drank tobacco juice and without spitting.
Okay. No, look, I've done some foul things in my life.
And I have watched them.
And I've seen some foul things in my life that I'd like to forget.
No, these guys were good. They could just do it.
Foul.
Yeah.
Dude. To swallow that shit.
Yeah, they can swallow it repeatedly, no problem.
We just told the story, which I'm sure everyone can relate. Yeah. Somebody they saw do that, dude. When you swallow that, it's like poison entering your body. I mean,
if you've never done it before, you take a handful of chew and you put it in your gums, you will get high as shit.
Oh, high as shit.
That nicotine will smack you around.
Did you ever mess around with not slaw, like the chew?
Yeah.
So it's not dip, it's chew.
Yeah, it's on the side of your mouth. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bro, we used to put that chew.
Can you do this?
And I hate that shit. I would do the flavor pack because I couldn't control this shit. But I'm saying the slaw, the fucking chew, dude, that shit gets you high as balls.
Super high. The nicotine dosage is extraordinary.
God, yeah.
I dipped a lot in the Marine Corps, but I quit when I got out or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, we're done here.
Remember the packets? Bro, the packets were the bandits.
You mean the bandits? The bandits are for girls.
Wow.
Not for you.
All right, then do you know a lot of men that have that much control to prevent that one swallowing of that one drop of the wrong thing, and then
a little bit won't kill you. A little bit, a very little bit won't kill you. Swallowing like a big one will be probably pretty bad. But then again, dude, I'm telling you, I've witnessed it with my own eyes over years. Like not like one time, like years. These dudes just swallow it all the time.
All right, just to put a button on this, a beret over this, Luke. What if we hung out straight up with Pitbull? And okay, we would have El Racine there as both handler and
when you say Pitbull, you mean like Dale? Like
I'm not talking about
the Miami entertainer.
Yeah, what's that song he has? What's Pitbull's song?
Oh, he's got a bunch. He's got "Rain Over Me" from
the one that became the theme song of WrestleMania 32 or 30.
What the fuck am I supposed to know that?
Oh, with the green light. What's the hell? The stoplight one. Give me the green light.
Get the fuck out of my room.
Yo, when he's talking about the green light, he's not talking about driving. Yo, he's talking about nailing that.
I bet that's what that means. Right. Like, when Daddy Yankee, or as my wife says, Daddy Janky, when he talks about gasolina, he actually doesn't mean gasoline.
Yeah. Where were we?
I don't know. You're talking some inane story with an endless plot twist.
It's fair.
You want to call it a day?
Oh, I don't know. What would it look like? Us hanging out with Patricio Freire Day. Seriously, we'd have to have Alvarez.
He's not like us, dude. We're not.
He's another breed of animal.
Yeah, we wouldn't like not get along in the sense of like we'd be enemies. I don't think that's true. But he'd be bored with us. He'd look at us like two schmoes.
Unless we like pulled out like a blade and we're like, yo, you want to just cut some people up, bro?
Yes, unless we offered to do what the shirt is actually trying to, sort of say. We wouldn't. He'd be like, you two cucks can just leave. We don't have any use for you.
I guess we got to call up Rashad, head out to the Joshua Tree National Park,
and do some
peyote.
Ayahuasca.
Yo, Rashad would be a great shaman guide for that, maybe.
How well do you know Rashad?
I love Rashad. Dude, I'd give Rashad a kidney sight unseen.
Would you give me a gallbladder?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
What?
Dude. Not
Why would you give me a gallbladder?
I've given you when we went through that I know it was acting, but when we went through that improv scene the other, like I've really given you
the best.
Yeah, really giving you like what you're like, like you always like, oh BC, you always need time to you always need a timeout to recharge after a few shows. Bro, sometimes you gotta reload that weapon. Okay,
it's not much of a weapon, and you don't need to reload it, and it's not that strenuous.
Dude, do you think Picasso painted all day, or do you think he took like?
I think he took breaks, but I have to tell you, there might be a difference. Between you and Picasso.
Do you think Picasso received fellatio as a result of his painting skills? Like, seriously. Straight up. I really need to know this.
Here's what I'll say. I'm guessing it translated into many earthly rewards.
Yeah, like the true artist, I don't think people knew who he was till he died.
They're like, dude, the amount of fellatio was extraordinary. What do you want to plug? Plug the beers one more time. They were good.
Let's shout out to Imprint Brewing, Luke. They live in Hatfield, Pennsylvania, a little bit north of Philly.
Yep. Next to McCoy, Pennsylvania.
Our boy Travis, the brewer there, big fans of what they're doing there. So thank you very much. Imprint Brewing is legit, okay? Luke, we do want to thank everyone who follows us and keeps us afloat. But one thing you got to give a little bit of a lecture about, hit the fucking subscribe button.
Yeah, we need a little bit more on the subscription end of things.
Some of you are actually watching for free. Right?
Yeah, you gotta click that button, guy.
Right?
You gotta click that button. You gotta do that for us. Send it to somebody else who's gonna click that button.
What, you too good to hit subscribe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe some of them are BC, but we need them to change.
Yo, new merch is coming out. You excited?
You're wearing some of it. You have 2 layers of it? Oh shit!
A lot of merch on right now.
Allegedly, we don't even know that for a fact. We have been here all week. We are going to be here one more day. Well, 2 more days.
What would you give it as like a Zagat review, like a Yelp review for Jersey City as a whole?
You know what? It's functional. It's very functional. Don't you feel like it has no character exactly, but like, hey, do you need a nice place to eat? They have a nice place to eat. They have a nice place to stay. Yeah, it's walkable for the most part.
Very like political. Like I don't know if I can get away with calling this place a shithole. So I'll just say, it's functional.
It's not a shithole.
It's actually pretty beautiful.
It's like
the water.
It's the DC. It won't make sense to you, but it's the DC equivalent of like Crystal City. It's just a bunch of
Silver Springs. Yeah.
No, Silver Springs is different. Silver Springs is in Maryland.
You could die in Silver Springs.
No, you couldn't. Silver Springs is actually quite safe.
Yo, I was there and I almost.
You've never been there, and you were not in danger.
2001 NBA All-Star game, bro.
Why were you in Silver Spring?
I'll tell you.
What, the game wasn't contested there.
You don't need to know like the comings and goings. All we know is the East won, bro. Remember Marbury hit those 2 threes?
The guy who ended up eating, not toothpaste. What was it? Vaseline?
Not me.
Marbury.
Yeah. Maybe.
Starberry when he ended up eating the Vaseline.
R.I.P. Kobe, bro.
Okay, that's out of nowhere. Probably a good way to end this. That's Brian Campbell. I'm Luke Thomas. Please don't fire us.
Not yet.